Hello, collective. Happy February. I am Juanica, also known as Miss Astrology, and bringing you some insight for some of the upcoming transits of February. We won't talk about everything that's going to happen in the month of February because some of that is going to include Pisces season. So, most specifically in this video, I will talk about the Leo full moon as well as Mercury going into Aquarius. So, I also have the cards here. So we'll pull some of those and get some insight for everyone on that. But before I get started, I do want to let you guys know that once again this year, I will be hosting the Astrology and Relationships webinar. This year it's going to be on Sunday, February 12th. And this is just in time for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to do it in the morning instead of in the evening. And of course, if you can't make it, a recording is included in every webinar that I do. So whether you make it or not, you get the recording. And we are really going to dive into understanding what planets and what placements are most important when it comes to compatibility, and not just romantic compatibility, business partnerships, friendships, and even your family. This is a great webinar to understand some of your own placements and how you are in relationships, the different kinds of relationships, and also help you to understand which placements are easier and more natural for you to get along with, and which placements are a little bit more difficult and you may have to put more work and more energy into because they don't just happen so naturally. And we'll talk about all that. This year, I'm going to also include a PDF handout that will come with the recording that will just have those keywords on there, maybe some fill in the blank, to where you can write where your placements are and also understand which ones are easier for you and which ones are going to be a little bit more difficult for you. So cosmicallylit.com, or tap a link if this is you getting the newsletter. There's going to be a link on one of the images here. If you have not already signed up for the newsletter, you should do that. cosmicallylit.com to sign up for that. And of course, like with all my webinars, there is a live question and answer at the end of each session. So bring your birth charts, bring your favorite beverage, a notepad and a pen, get really comfy. You shouldn't be more than about an hour and a half, but it's really, really good information because we really need relationships, right? Like, this is what it's kind of, relationships really make things easier in life. And when you're looking for a blessing and you're looking for a God or the universe to do something, a lot of times that comes within our relationships and our partnerships. And so it's really good to understand them, understand how you perceive and receive value in relationships and commitment and trust, and how you also give it. So astrology and relationships, and I do this every year. It's actually one of my favorite webinars to do. So okay, let's really dive into the astrology of really the rest of Aquarius season, but in February. So I'm not going to talk about Pisces season because I'll have a video for that when it comes out. So let's just talk about what we have coming up first, which is one of my favorite full moons, the Leo full moon. And this is going to be on Sunday, February 5th at around 12:22 Central Standard Time. So kind of adjust accordingly. But we already know that full moon energy starts to vibrate about 3 days before the actual lunation, or on the actual opposition, and will continue to vibrate for about 3 days after the actual opposition. So a full moon is when the sun and the moon are across the sky from each other. In this one, the sun will be at 16 degrees of Aquarius, which means the moon will be at 16 degrees of Leo. Now, we know that the moon does not offer or create or radiate any light of her own. All of the light that the moon gets comes from the sun. And so with the full moon, the sun, our ego, our life force, is revealing all of the emotions that are associated with, and all of the emotions that are meant to be released and let go of and be exposed and brought to the forefront pertaining to the sign of Leo. So this time, this really speaks a lot about us letting go of anything that is holding us back and not allowing us to be creative, be expressive, have fun, be a little dramatic, that Leo energy. This can be very self-centered energy. And listen, the sun, its favorite planet, or the sun rules Leo. So one of its rulership, its favorite sign to be in, or one of its favorites, its actually favorite sign is Aries, but the sun rules Leo, which automatically means the sun does not feel as naturally strong in the sign of Aquarius. And so, and this is because the sun is all about itself. I tell people all the time, people get mad at Leo energy because it can be very me, and watch me, look at me, what about me? Where Aquarius is very much about the collective and about humanity and about groups and gangs and that kind of thing. However, what is very important to realize is that if we take care of our individual selves and we are enjoying ourselves, expressing ourselves, creating, playing, radiating in our natural selves, this ultimately is best for the collective. And this full moon is really just asking us to allow ourselves to be true to ourselves so that we can be the best version, the funnest, most illuminated, is fun is the word, the most fun, the most lit up, the most expressive version of ourselves, because that's what perfectly fits into the collective. And when we are that radiant version of ourselves, it allows other people to be the most radiant and brightest version of themselves, whatever that means for them, because it means something different for each of us, but it all fits within the collective. It all fits within the group, the community. We are all, when we are in our best selves and our brightest selves, whatever that means for us, that speaks to and even teaches others. When you think about Aquarius, their key word is I know. It is a very wise sign. And so with Leo, their key word is I create. So when you create and you express and you play and you have fun and you remove any boundaries, any barriers that are preventing you and being in that playful version of yourself, then you are able to tap into the part that other people need to know, that humanity needs to know, the collective wants to know. And so with this full moon, and the other thing about this full moon is Uranus is involved. So the sun and the moon are at 16 degrees of sun in Aquarius, moon 16 degrees of Leo. But Uranus, which makes a square, so this is a T square because it squares both Aquarius and Leo. Uranus will, in Taurus, because Taurus squares Aquarius and Leo, Uranus will be at 15 degrees. So it's included in this full moon. It is perfectly aspected as far as astrologers are concerned. Now, when you think about Uranus, this is the planet of disruption. This is a planet that actually co-rules Aquarius. It is disruptive, it is unique, it is enlightened, it is futuristic, it is forward thinking. And so we may get these glimpses, these feelings of if I can let loose, if I can express, if I can just do that fun thing, I might actually get this aha moment. There may very well be this breakthrough that allows for us to move forward and into a more future version of ourselves that is playful, that it is having fun, that is expressive, and that therefore is ultimately moving the collective a little bit more forward as well, and humanity a little more forward as well. This is beautiful energy, but I am a Leo rising with Jupiter on the ascendant, and so I love anything Leo. I tend to be very much drawn to Leo energy, sun sign, moon, any of that kind of thing. So I am loving that this moon is coming, and I'm super excited because me and my mom and my sister are actually going to go see Bruno Mars in Vegas on the weekend of this full moon. So this is bound to be fun if you allow it to be fun. If I allow it to be fun. If you are just allowing yourself to be have a little dramatic flair right now. Like, be proud of yourself right now. It's express yourself. Be creative. Don't hold back. This is not the time for that. Don't worry. This only lasts, a week or so. And then we'll be back to boundaries. Then the sun will get closer to Saturn, which is still in Aquarius, and we'll find our limits again, and we'll find our discipline again, and we'll hold it all back and get it all back together. But in the meantime, and in between time, have fun, create, express yourself, play. And the definition of play is really to do something you enjoy without any expected result. So you're not doing it to get paid. You're not doing it to make any progress. You're not doing it to see any results. You're just doing it because it's enjoyable. You're just laughing. You're just having a good time. You're just playing. You're just expressing. You're just painting. You're just dancing. You're just all the good things. All the fun things are what this moon is asking and encouraging and inspiring us to do. Don't limit yourself. Don't worry so much about what other people think, because you are going to actually shock people and encourage people into being a different, more futuristic, more forward-moving version of themselves by kind of letting yourself be yourself. This is going to be easiest for sun and air signs, I believe, or fire and air signs, with the exception of Leo and Aquarius. And the only reason that I say that is because this is a T-square. Squares are difficult aspects. It's difficult energy. It might be a little too shocking. So my mom's a Leo, so it makes me kind of want to think like, oh Lord, how's she going to act on this trip? She's going to surprise us, but she may very well surprise us. She may very well have some, very fun things to offer that are give me and my sister both a different aspect, a different outlook on, caring for her, the aging process, what a good time looks like, any of that kind of stuff. This is going to be difficult for the fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, because those signs like things the way they are. They like they maintain their seasons. It's Aquarius season right now. It's the middle of winter here where we are. And so it's very much about allowing the flow, allowing the disruption, allowing the forward progress. It's not going to be easy for the fixed signs, but I do think Aries and Sagittarius are going to love it. And I also think Gemini and Libra are going to love it. They're going to love this energy. They're going to be the ones most likely making it fun. They're going to be the ones most likely really having a good time with this. So let's roll some dice. Oh, I love that. I love this. Okay, so we got Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. I love these dice, you guys. Please excuse my nails. They're getting done tomorrow. I had to give them a breather. The moon. We are having a full moon. This is a fiery full moon. Okay? And the number 11, which is your girl's favorite number. I'm an 1129, so I'm an 1111 double master number. So for me, this is really just about allowing... Sagittarius likes to go over the top, right? And likes to philosophize and be a guru and a teacher. And so I do think that this is speaking more to the signs that are going to find this easier, Aries and Sag and Libra and Gemini. This is actually speaking to you guys maybe being more mature with this energy, knowing that you're allowing this energy to, you're allowing fun and play to happen, so that the lessons and the forward movement and the forward motion that needs to come can happen. Now, I am not going to pull a card for all 12 signs today, you guys. I'm going to pull a general read, and then we'll talk about the signs. Okay, let's go ahead and start that, actually. Well, let me do the reading. Let's pull some cards. I don't find out how to do it. As you can see, this is a different setup for me. This weather has been it is. And it's crazy because I feel the energy coming back, but geez, I hate winter. There, I said it. If anybody knows me, they already know that I hate winter. So I just do not like this time of year. I would be okay if it was cold and sunshiny, but it is cold and dreary. And what I'm actually finding during this time of year is that I'm not getting my full energy until actual nighttime, until the sun actually goes down. Then it feels like, okay, this is the proper time of day. But in the morning time, it's still very dreary outside, very gray and overcast. I don't know how you guys live in Europe, but however, I could see how a Pisces would live in Europe and kind of like that energy. I could see how a Scorpio would live there. Probably even see how a Taurus would live there. Some of the other signs, Virgo would just try to make the best of everything, try to analyze their way out of it. Okay, let's pull some cards. Three of Wands, that's reversed. King of Cups. I want y'all to be able to see them. Let's see. Okay. I'll pull them up in a second. The Magician. Hello, Magician. We'll pull 7 cards. The 5 of Swords. Later in the month, we have Mercury going into Aquarius. So whatever is coming to us, we got the 8 of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Wheel of Fortune. So also Mercury is going to go into Aquarius on the 11th. Let's pull this up a little bit so my head isn't so cut off. That's going to be cut off a little bit anyways. Figuring it out, you guys. Okay. When Mercury goes into Aquarius, I think that we'll be able to put a lot more practicality to what has been exposed to us on an emotional level. And I actually think that's what's coming out with the 3 of Wands. This card came out reversed. This is fiery energy. It's got Aries in the sun. I already talked about how I do believe that Aries is going to feel really good with this moon. And I do think that this is going, what this is saying overall is that the mature ones in the family, those fiery signs that are in the family, need to really see what we're going towards. The 3 of Wands is really about what we're pursuing, what we're moving forward to, what we're just kind of in hope and in faith and in good jest putting out there. And with the King of Cups, this could be an emotional time, but this is very much a time for a needed emotional time. It's mature emotions at that, because he is the King of Cups. And then we do have that 3 of Wands, which is very Aries energy. So I do feel like this is very much speaking about making sure that we are allowing our emotions to be expressed, but in a mature way. Remember, this should be fun. So I say that, you know, if any kind of conversations feel like they want to come up around, you know, feelings in childhood or parenting or siblings or any of that kind of thing, maybe do it in a fun way. Maybe play one of those card games that, you know, where you can kind of have conversations in a more lighthearted kind of way. That would be fun. It would be a game, which very much speaks to Leo energy. The Magician is letting us know that this is meant to be a magical time. This is meant to be all that we need it to be during this time. Remember, all the planets are moving direct right now. We are here to make progress. We are here to move forward. We are here to do the damn thing. And the Magician has absolutely everything he needs. He has the cups, the sword, the pentacles, the wand. Like, he literally has everything. I know the wand is on here somewhere. He's actually holding it in his hand. Yeah, he's actually holding it in his hand on this one in this deck. So, and then there's like all this electricity. That's like Uranus, Aquarius energy. It's just very much speaks to this being everything that we need it to be right now. And then we have the 5 of Swords. So it may feel like this is something that's been an argument for a long time. This is something that has been coming up, that has been hurtful, that we need to express. Like, we're holding back. We're keeping our words to ourselves. And if we don't use this opportunity to express ourselves, to find a way to let how we're feeling to come out in a mature kind of way, it's going to be hurtful. It could be hurtful to the people that it eventually comes out to, specifically when Mercury moves into Aquarius. We got the Aquarius showing up right here because Aquarius can be a very cut and dry type of sign. And when Mercury moves there on the 11th, this could be just saying things and not giving a shit how other people feel about it or what other people think about it. And so this is better to do it during this full moon energy, which is already starting and which is, really into next week. I would say till about maybe the 8th or the 9th, really to allow ourselves to have a good time with our family, to play, to remember, to bring up childhood memories, and really find a lighthearted kind of way to work through those things and allow ourselves to really if we don't allow ourselves to have fun and play now, we're gonna either upset others around us, or we're either going to upset ourselves, because even though he's got all these swords, he doesn't seem very happy with it. He's even actually left something right here. And then the 8 of Cups shows up. So yeah, this is really about getting over certain things. We got to leave some certain things behind. We got to get over it. We got to allow ourselves to heal. And the 8 does represent like a new chapter. And I think that with Mars being retrograde for so long, and then we started this year with Mars and Mercury retrograde, and now we have this 8 of Cups here. This is really about knowing that we got to leave something behind so that we can move forward into, it may feel like the unknown, but it also feels like accomplishments. He's on his way to accomplish some things. He's on his way to get some things done. He has everything that he needs in his backpack here, and he's got his staff here, and the moon is in the back, and he's just intuitively being led. And we intuitively know that we got to allow ourselves to express and enjoy, and whatever that means for us. We also want to remember that Leo energy does very much represent like childhood energy and the youngness in children, kids, pets. So this could still very much be about that. I never had a dog when I was little, and I feel some kind of way about it, and I want to have one now. And just kind of letting that be said. Okay? And then the Hangman is here. And so the thing about this is this comes up to me as just let it be. Just let it happen. Whatever it is that is happening, whatever it is that is happening over this next week or whatever, just allow it to happen. Just allow it to be what it is, do what it's going to be, because you're going to receive that enlightenment that comes from it. And that's that Uranus energy, that there's going to something, some kind of lesson, some kind of aha moment. If we can just not remember, the King of Cups is here. So this is very much about not getting worked up about it, not getting emotional about it, trying to understand and reminding yourself this is meant to be healing. This is meant to be lighthearted. This is meant to allow others to express themselves, for you to express yourself. And because then we can get some enlightenment. Just chill. If it comes up and you feel emotions coming up, check those emotions. The King of Cups is here. He's not moved by emotion. And this is not a time to be moved by emotion. This is a time for us to say, you know what? That's something that needed to be expressed. That's something that needed to come out. Even if it seemed like if it was joke or if it was playful, just let it go, because I'm getting an aha moment from this. And last but not least, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And I absolutely love this. Jupiter is here. This is a blessing number. Jupiter, the planet of Jupiter, abundance, expansion, healing. It's a co-ruler of Pisces as well as Sagittarius. And it's the wheel. So this is ultimately, with this energy, up to us if we want to receive it, because it's a wheel. It's going to go either way. It can go in a very fortunate way, in a very healing way, in a very positive way. If we'll just, I'm getting like the image of maybe you haven't had a conversation with a family member or of something in a while, and now all of a sudden there's talking, and it's like a light joke or something like that. They send you a funny meme out of nowhere. Instead of like, why you calling me now? We ain't talked in this and that. Just laugh at it. Just allow the Wheel of Fortune to move forward. Just let the healing happen. We're moving forward. All planets are moving forward. We're not holding on to grudges. We're letting things go. We're expressing ourselves. We're creating. We're having fun. We're playing. We're having a little flair to things. We're, allowing people to be themselves and to say what they need to say for themselves, and to express what they need to say, what they need to express for themselves. And this is going to get the Wheel of Fortune turning. It's a wheel and it's fortune. But with all this fixed energy, we have to allow the wheel to turn. We have to allow the good fortune to happen. So this is really, really good. Also remembering that we have several major arcana cards here. The Magician, it's meant to be magical. It's meant to be everything that we need it to be. And it's meant to bring enlightenment. It's meant to bring just a higher consciousness, a higher thought process, a higher enlightenment to it. And it's meant to bring fortune. The wheel is about to start spinning in a very fortunate way for us. So I think that's absolutely beautiful. Now let's just go through all of the signs, and I'm just going to go really quickly through each of the signs with a few keywords on how this may play for you. I'm not pulling cards for signs right now. Listen, you guys, y'all know my chart is 75% mutable. So I switch it up from time to time. Okay, Aries, this full moon is going to be in your 5th house of fun. Leo is fun and play and creativity and expression and a good time. And with the Sun and Saturn are going to be in the 11th house. So this feels like finding that balance between your friends and your family, and having fun with maybe bringing your friends and your family together in a fun way. This very much speaks to that energy. I think Aries is going to have a really good time with this one, okay? Taurus, this is going to be, I think, a little bit more for Taurus, a little bit more shocking. Taurus, this happens in your 4th house of home. So this very much feels like the energy of allowing a good time at home, allowing a good time with a parent or someone from childhood, just having a good time, playing with children, playing with babies maybe. This is really disruptive. This also feels like learning something about home life, your foundation, how you see childhood, motherhood, that kind of thing. Maybe you didn't have enough fun in it. Maybe you had too much fun in it. And this is like a revelation that you're getting right now with this full moon. And with that Sun in the 10th house of finding that work-home balance and finding a way to really have a little bit more fun at home so that you can kind of fit that into work. Also, I think that with that Mercury moving into Aquarius, you'll get more information about work projects coming up, Taurus, and how those could really affect you. Let me go back to Aquarius for Aries. That's going to be in your 11th house of friend groups. And so this is really about having a conversation once Mercury gets into Aquarius, maybe having a more meaningful, knowledgeable, practical conversation with your friend groups, your community, who you're gathering with, really expressing more of what you know in a fun and lighthearted way. And then also for Taurus, this very much is about work. Once Mercury moves into Aquarius, having conversations about work, and maybe you're already having conversations about work, but maybe it's time to speak up more about what you actually know, Taurus. Okay, Gemini, this moon is happening in your 3rd house of siblings, of communicating, of neighbors. This may be a really good time to hang out with somebody that is a family member or feels like a family member or a neighbor. This could be a little bit more fun than you expected, or allowing yourself to express yourself more in your familiar places where you tend to go on a regular basis. You may just find that to be a little bit more fun this week. Also with the Sun in the 9th house, this is really you and Mercury about to be there. This is really speaking. It's about speaking about your beliefs, but maybe even finding the science behind it, right? Like finding the science behind how words are seeds, and there's life and death in the power of the tongue, and how there's like documentation and proof behind that, Gemini. So this very much feels like having fun in your regular places, and also in those regular places, finding those aha moments of that you may go home and come back up to you a little bit later in a dream or when you're by yourself, that allow you to restore your faith and your belief. And yeah. Okay. Cancer, this is, and now remember, we're going for sun, moon, or rising. Sun and rising are going to be the most impacted. Cancer, this is happening in your 2nd house of work, the money you make from the work that you do. And so Cancer, I just want to make sure that you're really having fun at work. And this is an opportunity to maybe pitch a fun idea at work. And maybe to even have a conversation with Mercury moving into your 8th house. Having a conversation with somebody that you have a very deep and intimate connection with. This may be a financial connection or partnership, or somebody that wants you to do work for them and to work for them, and to do this in a way that is fun and really expressing yourselves and being creative and having fun with it. Cancer is a cardinal sign, and in being so, they can be bossy. And so this is very much more about, instead of being bossy, being playful and having fun with it and considering it something fun, something enjoyable, and kind of pursuing the money you make from the work that you do in that way, and even pursuing the conversation that you have with somebody that you share resources with in a more fun, practical way. Yes, fun and practical can go together. That's why Leo and Aquarius are each other's opposites. Okay, Leo, this is happening in your first house or on your sign. So this is just really about being you. Leo, you get 2 times a year where I encourage you to be a Leo. And that's during Leo season when the sun is in Leo and when the full moon is in Leo, which is in Aquarius season. So this is very much about you expressing yourself. This may be about you having conversations about the fun that you're not having in your relationships, in your partnerships with Aquarius in the 7th house. Remembering that relationships and partnerships are not just romantic. They're also business. They're also public. So these can be just people that you partner with and you're in agreement with, a partnership with, a contract with, where people know, like y'all are known to be friends. And it's not so much friend groups like the 11th house, but it is partnering. And so this is really about you having fun, expressing yourself, smiling, playing, having a good time, no longer holding yourself back. Saturn has been opposing Leo for the last 2 to 2.5 years. And so they haven't had as much fun, but Saturn is moving on. It is currently at 26 degrees of Aquarius. So by March, it will be going on to Pisces. And so this will be a lot easier for Aquarius. So it's like now might as well be the time to start tapping into that energy. Okay, Virgo, this energy is happening in your 12th house. I think that Virgo is going to be awake during the full moon. They are not going to get very much sleep, and maybe they're just up having fun, up having a good time, up playing, up drawing or dancing or whatever it is that you're doing, Virgo. Allow this to happen. But also for Virgo, it may be even important during this time for you to find a way that you can have an enjoyable experience with your daily routines, your daily tasks, and your daily health habits. Virgo is such a worry wart that they need to find how taking care of yourself can actually be fun, and how doing it in a fun way can be even better for your overall psyche. You can sleep better if you're having more fun, then you're not worried all the time, Virgo. You can sleep better. You can enjoy alone time more if you're playing and expressing and getting out, and I get riding motorcycles or just something where you're just like, woo, having a good time. So I do think that Virgo is going to have a hard time sleeping, but I also think that Virgo really needs to find out what it is that they want to do that's for their health and wellness, and it's a daily routine, something that they can incorporate daily, but that's also enjoyable. Okay, Libra, sun, moon, and rising. This moon is happening in your 11th house of friends. Go socialize. Libra's going to do good. I said that about Libras as well. Plus, the sun will be in your 5th house of fun. And Aquarius is there. This is a great time for Libra energy to just have fun. Be with your friends. Be yourself. Let yourself be that silly side. Let yourself play. Dress up. Look fabulous. And not that you won't, because Libra, Leo, and Capricorn, and I'll give Pisces an honorable mention as well, tend to be the most stylish, good-looking signs of the zodiac. And so allow yourself to dress up, allow yourself to have fun with your friend groups, allow yourself to go hang out. If you're invited to a house party at one of your friends' house, or you're invited to one of their family functions, go, Libra, and be yourself. Have fun with it. This is really good energy for that. I actually feel like Libra's in a fairly decent place this year. Okay, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. This is happening in your 10th house, Scorpio. Just making sure that you're having fun at work. Just making sure that what you're doing at work is allowing you to also go home in a way where you're more practical. I feel like Scorpio is the type that if they're not having fun at work, then that kind of drab attitude goes home with them. And this is something to work out. So this is just a really good time to find a fun project to work on where you can make some money from it, where it can promote your professional image or your career or your professional status in some kind of way. And that way it'll be a little bit more fun at home. Also, with Mercury moving into Aquarius in your 4th house, this may be the time to have some really practical conversations about what's going on at home and about what your ideas of the future of your future home life look like. So Have fun at work so that you can come home and have a little bit more of a lighthearted conversation at home, Scorpio. Okay, Sag, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This Leo energy is in your ninth house. This might be the time for Sagittarius to travel or plan travel or just maybe meeting up with somebody that's from a foreign land that you end up having a lot of fun with. Maybe they're just in town visiting. I'm a Sag, so this sounds so much fun for me because I know this is going to be while I'm in Vegas, and it just puts me in the energy like while I'm out of town, I'm going to meet somebody that's from out of the country, and we're just going to have fun together. It's just going to be a good time. So this is also an opportunity for Sagittarius to maybe have a really good time learning something new. And I know I've been on that trip lately as well. Allow yourself to do something new. Have fun with someone that you would never, this is a complete stranger. Just be open to it, Sag. Also with this Aquarius energy in your third house, this may be a good time to have a very practical conversation with a sibling or a neighbor or someone that you see on a very regular basis, on a very daily basis. This is a good time to first go have the fun and put yourself in that really good mood. And remember, Sag, I think we're one of the ones that have to be mature about this energy that's coming up over the week, and how we express it and how we express ourselves, because Sag likes to go over the top, and it's not going to really help that Jupiter's in Aries, which is another fire sign, which makes like a trine with all of this to Sagittarius. But this does have the potential to be a lot of fun. Also, really be mindful of overspending and stuff like that. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is happening in your eighth house. This is really good energy for joint resources. Really good energy for talking about credit and debt. This actually, Capricorn, feels like enjoying very taboo subjects and allowing yourself, I feel like, go to one of those play parties, those women parties, or those go to the strip club, or do something very taboo, very sexual or very sensual, a pole dancing class, something like that would be a lot of fun and very out of the box for Capricorn, right? So this feels like very fun, very sensual energy. Also, in a little bit more of Capricorn fashion, this sounds like it could be fun of reviewing your finances with a glass of wine and some great music, and you know, you're being responsible, but you're having fun with it, and you're drinking and you're laughing, and because those are kind of the things that the eighth house rules, and that's where this is for Capricorn. And then also the Aquarius energy is in your second house of the money you make from the work that you do. So maybe you're really interested in having a really fulfilling conversation about investing with a group of friends, and you invite people over and y'all drink wine and take edibles and talk about, you know, investing and business ventures and people's credit and credit repair, and does everybody got a life insurance policy? Or, you know, maybe you just allow yourself to go to a burlesque show or do something that's more sensual and taboo, something like that. So that sounds really fun, Capricorn. To me it does anyways. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. This energy is happening in the full moon itself, is happening in your seventh house. And again, happy Aquarius season. Actually, I don't think I did an Aquarius season video, so happy Aquarius season. This Leo full moon is happening in your seventh house of relationships. So this may be a really good time for you to just let loose within your partnerships, within your relationships. Invite some people out to go have fun. Take your boo out on a fun day. Go do something new. Go do something that includes a lot of laughter. Maybe it includes children. Maybe it includes playing or painting or anything kind of that nature. This is great energy for that. And with the Sun and Saturn and Mercury joining, I think that you'll really learn a lot from this experience about really just going and having fun and being observant of your partners and the people that you're partnered with. And so it's just allowing, this is good for relationships, allowing this to happen. And I think you'll see some of this relationship stuff come back once Venus goes into Leo, and even Venus retrogrades in Leo this year. So this just really feels like good energy, the energy that Aquarius needs right now. And I think Aquarius, I get this Hangman energy being a lot for you guys too. about this really being like allowing yourself to observe other people having fun and other people playing. It doesn't have to have, what is this going to do for you? How do you benefit from that? Laughter is good for the soul, period. That's the only benefit. It feels good to laugh. I know when I have a really good deep laugh, I sleep better. I feel like energy has been released. Like it just overall feels better. So observing that from your friends and family or the people that you're partnered with could be really good for you right now. And last but not least, Pisces. I think Pisces, this is a really good time for you to decide what it is that you actually enjoy doing that would keep you on a regular routine for your health and your wellness. You're going to probably find yourself thinking a lot about your friends. And I think this full moon where it's going to have Virgo awake a little bit more. I think it might have Pisces a little bit sleepier. But I also think that Pisces mind might be running quite a bit, specifically with this being Aquarius season. And the sun and Saturn and then Mercury even going there. This could be a really good time for journaling. But I also think one of the most important things for Pisces to get out of this is that it's important for you to do things that are fun when it comes to your health and wellness. Those daily routines, they need to be fun. So if you enjoy riding a bike, if you enjoy jumping on a trampoline, if you enjoy swimming, you need to find out what it is that you're going to do, because Pisces tends to be one of the unhealthier signs. And so it's really important for you because remember, Virgo rules health and wellness. So on the opposite end of that is Pisces, which would be a little bit more of infections and disease. And so it's going to be really important during this energy for Pisces to find out what it is that they really enjoy doing that also is very beneficial for their body. So maybe, you really get into Reiki or acupuncture or riding a bike or swimming, or you're finding, juices more enjoyable, or just whatever it is, Pisces. Allow yourself to think about it. Allow it to even come up maybe in your dreams or as you're dozing off to sleep or when you're by yourself alone. I think it's going to be really good energy for you and a really good way to get prepared for Pisces season. So that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope to see you on the Astrology and Relationships webinar that is on February 12th, cosmicallylit.com, to reserve your space and your recording. So if you can't make it, you get the recording and you get the PDF download. And we're talking about all relationships, and we're talking about all the other planets. There's like 3 or 4 of them, other planets and placements that are actually more important than your sun sign when it comes to romantic compatibility. So make sure you also get the Cosmically Lit newsletter so you can stay up to date. Thank you so much, and until next time, peace.